I beat Silksong Steel Soul. I had two main goals to complete. Firstly, I wanted to do the Wish of Vassal Loss attached to Steel Soul mode. And secondly, I wanted to journey across Pharloom again to complete the Steel Heart achievement. After 14 attempts, all streamed, this is how I beat Silksong without dying. As a quick viewer's note, after only a few streams, I stopped recording the runs due to storage concerns. So this video is the trimming of stream downloads. I apologize in advance if some of the clips are chugging in the frames department. On stream 1, my hopes were high. My previous attempt was the furthest so far, only getting defeated by Father of Flame. Yeah, I know, a bit embarrassing. It's a new day though, and I'm tired of the beginnings. Let's enter Pharloom. Entering Greymoor, I hooked a right instead of heading straight for Bellheart. Doing this allowed me to get Threadstorm and the Flea Gaw, the latter of which being an important piece I'll speak on later. Now, I'm not following a route. I really like Threadstorm, so getting this is just for myself. But right side Greymoor is virtually a dead end. Cleaning it out is more beneficial to me because I'm gaining the percents to 100 by memory. Now, this won't be the only close call, but this didn't truly scare me since I've done Craw Arena so many times.
Oh, mama! Oh, cutting it a little close there, aren't you?
I recover, freed the 5th flea for the Lost Fleas, and snagged Threadstorm. During the run, it is very important to prioritize getting as many rosary stashes as I could find. Since I'm not randomly exploring, I'm not naturally building up an allowance. I'm not even bothering keeping the strings since it's not like I was gonna die. Heading towards Bellheart now, I picked up a bone scroll, obtained Hunter's Journal, and got the first quest of the run, Reaper's Quest. I won't be using it, or any of the other ones for that matter. I really like Hunter's Quest, so I'm sticking with that bad boy. Obviously, I still need to pick them up so Eva could upgrade me. Now, turning away from Bellheart, I snagged my first memory locket and headed towards the Marrow. I did this to meet back up with the Flea troop, so they moved over the Bellheart and stopped Morrowing from spawning. If there is any optional content that I could just move or simply avoid, I'm doing that, which includes Morrowing. Snagging Flea Brew, I visited Haunted Bellheart and headed straight for Cling Grip. Doing some shopping in Shellwood, I grabbed the long pin. Any purple polyps laid about? Almost failed to mug this guy.
Oh my god.
Saved Shelly. And the Mass Shard. Now, I could do this really easy skip to dodge Sister Splinter, but honestly, I couldn't be bothered to perform it. I know I just said I'd skip whatever I'd like to, but I don't mind fighting her. I slayed her, snagging Cling Grip for myself. Before I faced Widow, I saved Belfie, grabbed Polyp Pouch for damage, visited Wormways for Shell Satchel, and Snack. Then the Mass Shard passed the Craggler for the first full mask. Reserve bind is gone. That was a freebie. Is that a dodge? Can I dodge you like that? did not need a heal, but whatever. Why do I feel like I'm fighting you underpowered? There we are. Okay. Dude, I want to learn how to dodge those. Oh my god. I did not learn how to dodge those Vs. I really did not. After a close fight with Widow, I obtained the Needlin. I'm also rewarded with access to the shop, Relic Seeker, and nail upgrades. Before I head into Act 2 for the Citadel, I began to clean up from Blastosteps to the Deep Docks. In Blastosteps, I quickly took a memory locket and my 14th visit to Steel Soul Z to begin the special quest of Vassal Laws. For this quest, the locations you need to visit are fully random. Sometimes I got unlucky and couldn't track any before Act 2. Okay. This time around, I had a ritual site spawn in Shellwood for an easy snag.
Shellwood, right? And then that one's Citadel.
The other two seem to be located in High Halls and Sands of Karax, respectively. Moving on, I beat Lumble the Lucky for magnetic dice. Dropped down the gorge to save Tip the Courier, and picked up the second spool fragment above Bum Bottom. Then I mugged some flies for berries, desecrated a graveyard for Wanderer's Crest, and looted everything in Weave Nest Atla. Becoming a lawful citizen again, I bought a Peb. Then in the morrow, I visited the doctor to be given a memory locket. Exterminated the jewel bugs. And then Skull Tyrant. There we are. Quickly visited Deep Docks for the Mass Shard before I made my way over to Greymoor. From there, I grabbed Pin Pillow, recruited Snoozles and Creep to the troop, grabbed the Spool Fragment and the threefold pin I forgot earlier, all whilst grabbing Rad Pelt for the Scarecrow. After completing the Scarecrow, I am rewarded with the Toolkit expansion, which ended the first stream. My second stream began with me heading into Sinner's Road. I'm making my way to Citadel today. There is no real wrong way to enter the Citadel, so for me, I feel more comfortable facing off against Phantom at this power level. Strolling into Sinner's Road, I took the simple key from the big guy and saved Stealth. Mist was a walk in the park, no trouble there. After saving Wrangle, I'm faced with Phantom. I have lost a handful of runs to her, so I'm on edge here. I gotta focus, I'm doing Lace. Not Lace, Phantom. Jesus, I get them mixed up. I choked last time, so let's not do this. Ow. Damn it. No. I gotta stop running when she does that. I'm so... Ow.
I gotta do that. That's what I gotta do. Oops. I see you typing. I gotta ignore it for a moment. I was getting hit. Why'd you stay up there for so long? Did you see that? She stayed up there for a moment too long. Oh, I didn't get it.
Everything hurt.
Oh, thank God. Oh my God. Phantom at 2 health.
Well, fuck you too. Oh.
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Okay.
What usually got me in that fight was her counters. They were easy enough to dodge with Umbrella. Rewarded with Cross Stitch, another memory locket, and my older sibling arguing at me, I made my way into Citadel. I'm still on a personal route here, so the first major visit was Songclave for the White Key. This route was coming closer to an end. Once I got Fade Down Cloak, it's not as linear anymore, some time lost to be at hand. In White Ward now, I grabbed the Easy Coral Commandment, the Spool Fragment under the elevator, and an Injector Band before dropping into Underworks. Here, I picked up another Spool Fragment, trying not to explode whilst getting boomy.
If I play Osu, I'll do more than that.
Damn, that was sick.
The craft middle down the scary hallway, and finally Claw Line to round out. I'm assuming most of you guys have noticed I'm not saying fleas, but the actual names for the little ones. They come from Scurry, where he went and named them all. I'm following a map to do this because the names are quite cute, yet forgetful. Some pickups I did ignore, like shop items or loose rosaries. Mail filter for the shops is if it doesn't have me go out of my way, or I'm not already out of my way for a progression, I'll ignore the listing of what I bought. The one thing I will start ignoring when I can is the memory lockets. They are tied to percent like the fleas, but simply aren't as interesting. Most of them are really small, but vast enough that it gets really annoying to include. I'm also ignoring the story beats. I believe my path through this game is what I wish to highlight. Plus, I have a full set of Let's Plays that does that job. Next, I'm heading over to Mount Bay for Double Jump. This is the last main movement ability before Act 3. Most of the game is in Act 2, so here is where I will be for the most part before Lace. Outside this slab, I grab the Spool Fragment, then in Mount Fay, Memory Crystal under the bench at the edge, Ice Cube and Ice Cave, and Fade Down Cloak after an easy climb. At this point, my route is now finished. I'm free to move where I please. The next priority is max shards, but if I can, I'll clean out an area deemed a dead end. After discovering the slopes in Silksong didn't actually need to be ridden on at all.
Wait, can I just float all the way down? You didn't even need the slide. You don't need to use the slopes. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. You're basically touching the ceiling the entire time. That's so funny.
I grabbed the mask shard I had to skip. To complete a full mask, I grabbed the shard above the believed to be conductor Romneo. He's the one at the beginning that wrote the poem. My next step was to buy Magma Bell, finishing off Forged Daughter's inventory. Fire damage sources in Silksong are all too common, so I grabbed the protection immediately a little late. To clear out left side main citadel, I seeked out Jubiliana, Uwa, Cog Heart Piece 1, and Mimi, ending the fight with Clover Dancers.
That's not the update. I'm confirming that to Darren. I can see by your gameplay.
Nice! Did you see that kill? Oh my god. I was like, I'm not wasting that. I'm not wasting it.
I saw no trouble here unlocking Cogwork Core. I personally do have an order in which I do the sub-areas of the Citadel, which led with the Whispering Vaults. Before entering, I took the Mass Shard in the House Prison under my wing. The first thing I did in Vaults was grab the Pale Oil just laid about, which is really weird why it's laid about, leaving to go upgrade my nail. At the same time, I got the Tool Pouch expansion from Nu after encountering enough bugs, saved Green Pence from his solitude, and Courier Pill from danger. Now that I was actively out of Citadel, I visited Eva for Vesta Crest and woke up sleepy behind the Rhino. Since I'm in the area, I also went for the Mass Shard behind No Eyes, catching a taste of Deja Vu, and completed Reef Nest Syndrome.
Wait a minute. Is this my humble shade? Oh wow. I see now. Oh.
Okay. Now this part. How the fuck do I do it?
At this point, I'm technically in the farthest run I've had so far, but I didn't accept this for myself until I entered Wisp Thicket. I chose to complete almost all of it, skipping a Father of Flame until I had access to at least 2 heals since it doesn't give you Silk in the fight. That's what really killed me the first time round. I thought Magma Bell made you completely immune. It does not. So there was no way to heal once you were hit in that fight. After this, I'm back in Vaults in the furthest run so far. I collected Groggy, the first Palm Cylinder, the Red Quill this time around, Cogheart piece number 2, and had an easy battle with Trobbio!
Love Trobbio. Trobbio is great. Trobbio is fantastic.
Love that guy. This got me Claw Mirror, another Spool Fragment, and Sacred Cylinder. Before I forgot, I grabbed the Mass Shard, then the second Palm Cylinder, and Vault Keeper's Melody ending off Stream 2. Leading off Stream 3, I dueled Garmin and Zaza for extra support in the High Halls Arena. I then took the time to do Courier's Rasher to work towards the next nail upgrade. Next up, I cut through Memoriam and made my way to Putrefied Docks for the sole purpose of getting Wreath of Purity. While I'm there, I also grabbed the Key of Apostate, the Broodfest Wish, the Vogue, and the Craft Medal at the back of future Fleatopia. Next up on the chopping block, the Sands of Karak. First, I beat up Great Conchflies without issue and visited Pinstress for the nail arts. After unlocking the shortcut, I woke Nini and grabbed the chestnut deep in the coral-infested caves. Further in Sands, I saved Crustily, got the Simple Key, and entered Vault Nest early to face Vault Worm.
There we are.
Oh. He wasn't a terribly hard fight, so I'm rewarded with Vault Filament. I left Karak early to focus on the great taste of Pharloom Wish. I first met with Moss Druid for the Mossberry Stew, and gave up all my moss berries I had found to upgrade Druid's Eye. Next, I paid Krieg for the Vintage Nectar and got tricked into needing to clear his basement infested with Scar.
There we are.
I moved on to Sinners, grabbing Barbed Bracelet, and defeated discarded Chef Lugui.
Nice.
A surprisingly scary bout, but I'm rewarded with Pickled Muck Maggot nonetheless.
Nail upgrade. Let's go.
Back in Citadel, I advanced Green Prince story and secured the Pale Oil from Loyal Mergwyn, netting me another nail upgrade. Afterwards, I shifted my focus to the slab. In here, I was able to get a Weaver effigy, rescued Sway, obtained a Mass Shard,
And that's why we bring 2.
and faced off against First Sinner.
Nice! First try, let's go. Don't even need to prove the theory.
This fight was a toughie, but I'm rewarded with Rune Rage. Green Prince has moved once again, allowing me to push the story again. Moving into Memoriam, there was a Memory Locket, Vault Vessels, Beanbag.
Oh, what did Scurry name you? Scurry named you. I forget. I wanted to call you Muffin. Muffin was perfect.
And a Spool Fragment.
Uh,
Next up with High Halls, housing a Spool Fragment, the second Ritual Site, Cogflies, a Palm Cylinder, and the Claw Maiden Room, in which I destroyed. I then remembered I missed the third Cogheart piece in Memoriam, quickly returning to pick it up. Before the arena, I invited Garmin and Zaza to battle, and used the simple key to get the Rosary Cannon.
Nice! That double kill was sick! Oh my god. That was a straight double.
The arena showed no issue rewarding me with the Conductor's Melody. To do some side quests, I unlocked and painted my Belholm Steel Silver, went into Hunter's March for Yapper, Beast Crest with a somewhat worrisome encounter with Beastfly,
There we go.
Curved Claw,
Oh, he did die. Okay.
and Fractured Mask. In Wormways now, I got Sharp Dart out of Weavness Karn and completed Alchemist Assistant for the Phasmian File. Now I'm coming close to completing one of my goals, which is the Wish of Vassal Lost. The last ritual site was next to the Coral Tower, so I confidently went to face Enraged Conchfly.
Bam. Shit. Oh. Oh my god, dude. I'm like over 100 beats per minute right now. Oh. I don't think I was breathing. That was the worst Enraged Conchfly fight I've ever had. Easily. Oh my god. I am lightheaded. Holy. Oh. My veins hurt. The veins in my wrist hurt. And my blood pressure
spiked and I feel it. Oh my god. After that striking performance, I finished up the Brood Feast quest, the chill out, and got Longclaw. Refocusing in, I went to fight Summon Saviour. This area is completely new to me, so you gotta be careful. This feels Hollow Knight-like. Alright, yeah. Duh. It feels like the little guy should be here. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like the little guy should be here. Oh my god. Cease your summoning, fool bug. Though you may yearn for freedom, your savior you hope you'll cast will only bring death. Oh, too late. Damn, you're tanky. There we go. Alright, that wasn't a bad fight. Whoa. No, my companion slain! Why do you do this, cruel slasher? Why must I stay and serve so long? The void must not be called bug, not ever. No one can control it, though many have tried. The strength you hoped it offered would fast be proven false. Consider yourself fortunate I have arrived on time. Your shell is saved, all by wish of your steel companion and fear of her master's punishment. But her seers know nothing of the pain. Oh, the small swallows to bear. To watch these lands dying slowly, the bugs suffering, falling while our shell sustains. Their steel hearts feel so little, but we're forced to serve. We endure it all. We alone, why? Others may know that pain, small bug, or at least something similar. So you continue to chain me again, hurt me by point of your blade, and knowingly return me to that pain. I will not. I will inform the child of Styra of what business has transpired here, but I cannot force any bug to return to a task so cruel. Then, Sully is free? At least to run by your mercy, bug. These legs must prove quick, and far. Oh, bye. Yay, I did the mission! That was a very easy fight. If I messed that up, I actually would've ended it. Z, your vassal is gone, alive, fled beyond these lands. I choose to allow their escape, even if your wish may not be granted. The wish, no, pale. It's Z, sense clear your meaning. The right, the vessel is tarnished. They have touched the dark. By the masters, they will now be hunted. The matter of distance fled. Perhaps your vassal, this is preferable. Waste tears, servitude, or flee free. I honestly thought she said flee. They made their choice and proclaimed it clear by their black action. Their dark companion is slain, but luck or glue? I don't know that word. May yet see them survive. Hope, pale it for the vassal who defines the masters. You give Z a thought complex. The outcome is different, and Z must allow the observe alone. But this may be the better way. Z shall accept the happening. Shall pray the masters see her loyalty, and Z too will share the hope that her vassal lives long unbound. Yay! I did the Steel Soul mission. Let's go. 14th attempt. A small gift for you, Palet, for the thought complex, rock of a home spear, and of Z's birth. May it aid further action in this land. Rosestone, okay. Cold Staley Stone with remarkable. Oh, I thought this was a charm. This is an item. It'll reform over time. That's really cool. I thought this was a charm. No, it's just an item that sits in your inventory. Oh, if this was a charm, I would have been like, oh, it's kind of okay. We get a lot. But it sits just in your inventory as passive. That's really nice. Z must watch, record, and wait. Always she is true to her function or bound duty. Completing this wish ended stream 3 and one of my 2 main goals for the first time. Stream 4 kicks off with me kidnapping a baby. Squirmy little thing. There is a big period of time between stream 3 and 4, so I'm taking a bit of a moment to remember every little thing I've done so far. Much of what is left in Act 2 is either entire areas I can clear out in one shot or a chunk of an area that finishes that area. With many choices at hand, I continue the storyline of the child, get infested with... Honestly, I'm not too sure what this stuff is. Greyroot inflicts me, but she's kind of the same species as White Lady. Hell, even Yarnaby doesn't call it anything. Well, I got the curse cleared from my system, netting me a new crest. I just remembered I'm not actually, like, recording, so whenever I'm talking, I have to talk over the stream. I can make sure it's not a loud part. I think next little side... I'm talking over a loud part, look at me. After I realized I finished Cogheart and went and placed it in Second Sentinel's chest. I beat up a Cogwork Clapper for a spool fragment. Okay. Then made my way up to Architect's Melody.
The game. Let's go.
An interlude, I hit up Eva for another Vesticrest, then made my way over to Grand Gate. There, I grabbed a spool fragment and dropped below to the Underworks to clear out right side since I couldn't before. I claimed a Bone Scroll and Delver's Drill. I also bought Scuttle Brace and grabbed Architect's Crest whilst I was at it. In the next order of business, I bought all the maps from Chakra to prep for her wish. With Chakra following, I bought the map to Biowater, saved Cower, took the Ruin Tool out of Weave Nest Merglin, a Mass Shard, Quick Sling, a Memory Locket from a Body Bag, Spangle from the Wall, and finally Secret Soul from Growl and Colt. Wasn't a terrible fight, the bombs weren't good for his indigestion. Then I grabbed the craft metal I intentionally skipped in the far fields because those bomb guys weren't good for my indigestion. Next door, I faced Savage Beastfly 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'm rewarded with the final Mass Shard before Act 3. Currently, I'm at max health and damage for Act 2. All I needed was more silk for at least 2 heals because getting comboed was terribly common at this stage. Quickly back in Biowater, Chakra invited me to witness the song of her master's passing, netting me throwing rings. I visited Greendale to buy him out, and faced Last Judge to move Fleatopia. Nice. Quick fight, quick fight. I knew I was good. Her fight went faster than anticipated. Before moving the caravan, I spoke with Vogue to see what fleas remained, only to see that I missed Birdie and Whispering Vaults. The last flea was in Deep Docks, so I headed there next. Past the locked door, I nabbed Flint Slate, a spool fragment, and reached Le Bamba. The brothers are here too, so I fought them to gain access to the diving bell. All the fleas have been gathered, so the final move was completed, rewarding me with a tool pouch expansion and the egg of Fleatopia. In truth, there was more to do, but I was ready to enter Act 3 and Caretaker wasn't letting me. A bit confused now, I started to wander to see what needed to be done. In White Ward, I picked up Surgeon's Key, allowing me to beat the Unraveled.
There you go.
This got me a Silk Heart, the final Palm Cylinder, and a Memory Locket. I then realized I never did help Sherma in his trip to White Ward. Back at Songclave, more opened up. Firstly, Second Sentinel didn't like that I was a silken being, so she invited me to my own jumping. She lost. Secondly, Sherma headed into White Ward. After helping, I'm granted a spool fragment. Thirdly, since the Caretaker didn't want to snare Grandmother Silk yet for some reason, I went to fight her. In my way was Lace 2.
Let's beat Lace's ass. Oh, yeah.
Beating her wasn't difficult due to my training, getting me the final Silk Heart.
I'm now thinking about it. I think I failed that simple jump every time.
Afterwards, I chose to first beat Grandmother Silk just so I can say I've beaten Silksong Steel Soul if I did die in Act 3. This obviously doesn't count towards my real goal.
Steel Soul.
But Caretaker couldn't care to send me there. I got so confused. So to rapid fire on what I did to get him to help me, I did Strengthening Songclave, Father of Flame, The Lost Merchant, Wailing Mother, evolved Hunter's Crest for the final time, grabbed Snare Setter while I was at it, then did Bone Bottom Repairs, Silver Bells, a life-saving bridge, Lottle's minigame, and finally an Icon of Hope before Caretaker would allow me to start Silk and Soul. I think there's an in-game insurance to make sure you don't miss anything in Steel Soul. I grabbed Hermit Soul and Maiden Soul to finally send GMS to the Void, beginning Act 3.
I just need Reserve Pine. I don't need it, no. It'd be great to have it, but I don't need it. I want it. It's a commodity. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, please. I don't want to go through this part so low in health. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No! What? Oh, it takes it off. Oh, that's so... Oh my god, that's outlandish! It's outlandish! Alright, no sprinting. We are not sprinting at all. I am not risking anything. Peek! Not peek! Yes! We have gotten into Act 3! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, baby! We are in Act 3. Let's go! Let's go. I could be as risky as I want. I can't. What am I talking about?
For Stream 5, I wanted to end this. Starting off, I ran straight for Fleatopia. I'm not even using Bell Beast since she's locked behind Bell Eater. When you compete in the minigames, your prize is a pale oil. So I was not gonna fight anything until I had that nail upgrade.
I wonder what happens if you deny it. There we go, peek. Ooh. Not fair. Not again. Oh, I did it. Peek. Let's just end it. Peek. I love this.
Along the way, I also picked up Tax. Now is when I do Bell Eater, and things went a little differently than expected.
Holy shit, this thing is awesome for this guy. I don't even have to think. Oh, that missed. Oop, I went the wrong way. Bam! Oops. Nice. Dude, I don't even think I slashed. I just used tools on that. Yeah, get him. Get him. Yeah. Stupid. Stupid idiot.
I'm rewarded with the Beastling Call. I then visited Eva for the next upgrade, but forgot I needed another crest, so I went to yell at the shamans instead. They sent me off to my next stop, which was getting Silksong to unlock the rest of the world. After speaking with Ballo, he sent me to the Abyss, where I got an Arcane Egg, Farsight, and Silksong. Returning to a surprise trio, we devised the plan to retrieve the Everbloom for my memory. This required powerful talismans to perform, so they gave me a hit list and the instrument used to carry it out. Before I left, I made sure to get the Shaman's Crest. I then left there to grab the memory locket that was located above Bellheart. I also set up the Farsight in my Bell home to find out I only had 10% of the game remaining. Of that, 1% being the Everbloom and Lost Lace at the very end.
Oh, higher than usual.
I quickly returned to Eva to ego kill her, netting me Silksong. I also returned to the cradle to bind one of the arms of GMS for Pale Nails. I took a trip to Grindel to buy the tool pouch expansion he stole from Mort, and then I looted Mort's dead body for the weighted belt. That entire time, I was also killing void masses, completing the Dark Heart switch, which got me a mass shard. To move on to the hit list, I entered the second half of Farfields for my first target, Skarrsinger Karrmelita. Just before I faced her, I raced Sprint Master Swift to get me another mass shard on the last race. I was completely confident in this fight. I had no worries facing her, just like the first Sinner or Garmin Zaza, but not Enraged Conchfly. We don't talk about Enraged Conchfly. The reason being is that I couldn't die to them. There are 7 fights at the time of recording that don't actually kill you in Steel Soul mode, those being Skarrsinger Karrmelita, Coral Tower, and Crust King Khann, Nihilith, Green Prince, Chakra, Garmin Zaza, and somewhat surprisingly, First Sinner. Don't worry, this was my only dream fight fail. There we go. This netted me my first hurt. Right after, Gurr stole Gilly's grass doll. There you go. What? Oh my god! Dude, I thought the twirl was a silk post. I didn't know he got an update to the fight. I was like, oh my god, he's actually hard now. Next, I bounced into Underworks, buy out the 12th Architect, and then got into Blasted Steps to pick up the craft metal I forgot about. Climbing Mount Fae, I got the final Mass Shard for full health. Beat a dead body for pin badge, and crafted the Silksong just near the top.
There you go. 99, so that means I just need the flower now, right?
With only a few more fights, I got closer to the finish line. Next was Coral Tower. For some reason, I struggled with this one on my second normal playthrough. I had no trouble this time around.
Damn it!
Eek. This netted my second heart. Next on the hit list was Nihilith. That girl behind Seth. I ain't touching Seth, he beat my ass. I ain't touching him or her. Green Prince it is! So Act 3 does have some scary bosses, and I am uber glad that the hearts are only optional in whom you wish to fight. There are only 4 real fights that stand in my way, which are Bell Eater, Outcast Gurr, Pinstress, and Lost Lace. With the option of Green Prince, I can remove Seth.
There we go.
This knitted the final heart. Back with the shamans, they performed the spell that sent me into my memories. Here, I grabbed the Everbloom for my third mother for the final percent. I woke up to find the shamans dead, or they molted. I'm not too sure, but I think it's the former.
Beat up Lost Lace, beat up Lost Lace. Let's go. We're gonna go beat up Lost Lace. Yeah.
Finally, it's the time I've been
Usually I
waiting
dash,
for.
like,
My
into her
face-off
face,
against
but-
Lost Lace.
We swap sides now. I still kid. Ellie! Damn it. No! Damn it, I didn't want to use that. Whatever. I'll heal now. Just on my mask. Mask? Max. I got this. I got this. Oh, nope, that was a bad placement. That's a horrible placement. Oh, gee! It wasn't that bad! Uh-oh. Why'd I do that? I'm gonna be truthfully honest, I don't know how I did not get hit there. I think the parry saved me. Dude, warding bell saved my ass. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah, baby! Let's go! I did it! Yeah! I'm the winner! Oh, yeah! Let's go! I
I beat Steel Soul at 100%. With that, that is how I beat Steel Soul mode for Hollow Knight Silksong. This is it for Dialogue Me. I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step. Till next time. You've played masterfully and proven you have a Steel Soul. Thank you for taking the time to explore and conquer the world. Hollow Knight Steel Soul. We'll meet again with a new challenge for you. Yeah, Steel Heart! I got it! I got the screenshot. Let's go. Yeah! Oh! Look at that save file. 100%. 14th attempt. 14 hours, 44 minutes. Yeah! Oh. Oh, time to edit this into a video.